The Quiet Genius. In the small town of Willow Creek, where secrets lingered like the fog rolling in from the hills, lived a boy named Alex. He was a senior in high school, a brilliant mind with an affinity for science that often set him apart from his classmates. Alex was a shy, introverted soul who preferred the company of books over boisterous parties. His intelligence was evident in every conversation, but it was his dry sense of humor that made him an unexpected magnet for girls. They were drawn to his quiet charm, the way his eyes sparkled when he talked about the mysteries of the universe, and his gentle laughter that echoed like a warm breeze. The idea sparks. One afternoon, as Alex sat under the sprawling branches of an oak tree, he overheard a conversation between two neighbors. They lamented the frequent power outages that plagued their homes, especially during the harsh winter months. A spark ignited in Alex's mind, and a plan began to take shape. What if he could create a solution, a small-scale nuclear reactor to provide clean energy? It was a daunting challenge, but Alex had always thrived on challenges. The thrill of invention tugged at his heart, and soon he was lost in a world of diagrams, calculations, and coding, determined to turn his idea into reality. The backyard experiment. As the days passed, Alex transformed his backyard into a makeshift laboratory. With the help of online forums and a few old textbooks, he gathered materials and assembled his miniature reactor. The project consumed him, and as he worked late into the night, he felt a sense of purpose he had never experienced before. Friends and classmates would occasionally stop by, drawn by the curiosity of what the mad scientist was up to. Laughter and lighthearted banter filled the air, and for a moment, Alex felt less of a loner and more a part of something bigger. The unforeseen trouble. But the joy of creation came crashing down one fateful afternoon. Just as Alex was about to conduct a test, a neighbor mistook the glowing contraption for a threat. The shrill wail of sirens pierced the calm of Willow Creek, and within moments, police cars and fire trucks surrounded his house. Alex stood frozen in shock, his heart racing as officers approached, their expressions a mix of concern and confusion. The reactor was harmless, a mere experiment fueled by his desire to help, but in the eyes of the authorities, it was a potential disaster waiting to happen.
He just wanted to help.
He's not a criminal, he's a genius.
As the officers began to understand, the tension eased, and Alex took a deep breath, his shyness giving way to the courage that had always been buried beneath the surface. He explained his project, his heart swelling with passion as he spoke about renewable energy and the importance of providing power to those in need. A new beginning. In the end, the authorities decided to let Alex off with a warning, impressed by his knowledge and determination. The incident turned into a community discussion about energy and innovation, with Alex taking center stage. He found himself not just as the shy boy in the back of the classroom, but as a local hero, someone who dared to dream beyond the confines of his backyard. As days turned into weeks, Alex became more involved in local initiatives, using his intelligence and humor to inspire others. He still relished the challenges life threw at him, but now he faced them with a newfound confidence, surrounded by friends who appreciated him for who he was. And as for the girls who once admired him from a distance, well, they were no longer just captivated by his brilliance. They were drawn to the warmth of his kind heart, and maybe, just maybe, the quiet genius had found his place in the world after all. In a quiet suburban neighborhood, there lived a senior high school boy named Leo. He was an anomaly among his peers. Brilliant yet shy, a magnetic force for girls despite his tendency to withdraw into solitude. Leo had a love for challenges that set him apart. While others were busy navigating the maze of teenage social life, he was engrossed in the complexities of physics and engineering. With tousled hair perpetually framing his thoughtful expression, he often found solace in his backyard, where he would tinker with gadgets and gizmos, dreaming of inventions that could change the world. The backyard experiment. One sunny afternoon, Leo embarked on his most ambitious project yet, a mini nuclear reactor designed to provide electricity to homes that lacked basic power sources. With meticulous precision, he gathered materials and worked tirelessly to bring his vision to life. His heart raced with excitement as he imagined the difference he could make. However, his enthusiasm quickly spiraled into chaos when a neighborhood kid, intrigued by the odd contraptions, accidentally alerted the authorities. In a matter of hours, Leo found himself surrounded by flashing lights and bewildered neighbors. The incident became a spectacle. And despite the trouble it brought him, Leo's kind-hearted nature shone through as he explained his intentions, all while deflecting the laughter of onlookers with his dry wit. The college years fast forward to college, where Leo's brilliance flourished even more. He became a top student, known for his sharp intellect and quirky sense of humor. His professors appreciated his unique insights, and his classmates admired him, often seeking his help with complex problems. Despite his academic success, Leo remained a loner, preferring the company of textbooks and theories over social gatherings. Yet the allure of challenges kept him engaged. He dabbled in various ventures, always searching for the next big idea to tackle. The gambler's game. However, Leo's life took an unexpected twist when he discovered a strategic edge in gambling. What started as a casual night out with friends turned into a thrilling obsession. He meticulously studied the odds, developing a system that allowed him to consistently win at the casino. The exhilaration of beating the odds became an intoxicating rush, and soon, Leo was raking in considerable amounts of money. But with every win came the risk of drawing unwanted attention, and Leo soon found himself in a precarious position. The thrill-seeking world of gambling had its dark side, and it wasn't long before he learned that not all players were as innocent as he. A life on the line. As his winnings grew, so did the threats against him. A shadowy figure from the underbelly of the gambling scene approached him one fateful night, demanding a cut of his earnings. Leo's heart raced, knowing he had ventured too far. With his life hanging in the balance, he was forced to confront the consequences of his actions. The boy who once sought to illuminate homes with his inventions now found himself in a battle for survival, navigating a world far removed from the challenges of academia, finding a way out. Determined not to be a pawn in someone else's game, Leo devised a plan. Using his intellect and the skills he had honed over the years, he gathered evidence against the shadowy figure, presenting it to the authorities. With a mix of fear and resolve, he stepped out of the shadows and into the light, reclaiming his life. The experience taught him valuable lessons about risk, responsibility, and the importance of using his gifts for the greater good. In the end, Leo emerged not just as a brilliant student, but as a young man shaped by his trials. With a newfound appreciation for the challenges life presented, he returned to his passion for invention, focusing on creating sustainable energy solutions that could truly help those in need. He had faced the darkness and come out stronger, ready to light the way for others. The quiet genius. In a small suburban town, where the skyline was punctuated by the occasional clump of trees and the sound of laughter echoed from front porches, there lived a senior high boy named Alex. He was the kind of kid who blended into the background, the shy, brooding type with thick glasses perched on the bridge of his nose and a tangle of unruly hair. While his peers were busy navigating the social labyrinth of high school cliques, Alex found solace in books, science experiments, and the occasional video game. Yet beneath the layers of his introverted exterior lay a mind that thrummed with intelligence and creativity. A spark of controversy. Alex's penchant for challenges often led him to push the boundaries of what was considered safe or acceptable. His latest obsession, a mini nuclear reactor. Inspired by a documentary he'd watched, Alex believed he could create a small-scale model that could harness energy for homes in his neighborhood that were off the grid. With a few tweaks, some borrowed materials, and a lot of late-night research, he constructed his makeshift reactor in the backyard, testing the limits of his scientific prowess. But as fate would have it, his backyard experiment didn't go unnoticed. One afternoon, a plume of smoke wafted into the air, and soon enough, the local authorities were at his doorstep, shaking their heads in disbelief. The college years. Despite the controversy that clouded his high school years, Alex graduated and earned a scholarship to a prestigious university. There, he thrived, his brilliance shining through as he delved deep into the realms of physics and engineering. His reputation as a top student quickly grew, but so did his tendency to gamble. It started innocently enough, a night out at the local casino with friends, where he discovered a knack for card games. With his analytical mind, Alex devised strategies that consistently turned the odds in his favor. The thrill of winning was intoxicating, and before long, he was raking in substantial amounts of money. The dark turn. However, with great success came unforeseen challenges. His winning streak caught the attention of not just casual gamblers, but also the casino management, who were less than thrilled about a college kid outsmarting their games. As Alex continued to win, whispers of his exploits spread through the gambling circuit, leading to threats that loomed over him like a dark cloud. One evening, as he left the casino, he felt a chill race down his spine, sensing that he was being followed. The thrill of the gamble had turned into a precarious game of survival, finding strength in vulnerability. As the threats escalated, Alex found himself isolated once again, but this time, not by choice. His friends, concerned for his safety, urged him to lay low, but the thrill of the game was hard to shake. It was during this tumultuous period that he crossed paths with Mia, a fellow student who had a knack for seeing beyond the surface. With her kind heart and infectious sense of humor, she managed to break through Alex's walls. Their late-night talks about dreams and fears became a lifeline for him. A new challenge. Encouraged by Mia, Alex learned to navigate the complexities of both his intellect and his vulnerabilities. He realized that challenges could come in various forms, not just from casinos, but also from the relationships he forged and the risks he took in life. With Mia by his side, he decided to confront the threats head-on, using his intelligence not merely to outsmart adversaries, but to understand the value of community and friendship. In the end, Alex learned that his greatest challenge wasn't the nuclear reactor or the casinos. It was embracing the life he wanted to live, filled with laughter, love, and the courage to face whatever came next.